Peace community, peace community. You already know, top of the top, grand risings to the kings and the queens and to the children. You already know, man. If you're new, welcome to the community. If you are a part of our community, welcome back. Listen, I've been on a couple of great panels. And one of the great panels that I was on, I had a request, just not just specially to me or specifically to me, but a request that was given out to anybody that's, wanting to lift a voice on our situation. And me being one of those people, I ran to the call, you know what I'm saying? And today we're talking about the police are searching for missing person, Jarius Mcghee. There's no real media. There's no real attention on this situation. Jarius Mcghee from Hillsdale, Missouri. And he's been missing since September 13th. His mother is very, very worried about him, saying that she doesn't understand, like he didn't take no wallet and different things, and he just went missing. So there's been an investigation, an active investigation. But I do want to go into the history of this thing. Like, it's not a lot of history on this. This is the craziest thing. But I did find something from Chandrea T. Shout out to Chandrea T. If you're listening, most definitely shout out to Chandrea T, because I want to get into a video that she did, and she interviewed the mom, Jarius Mcgee's mom, Shamika Mcghee. And, I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Shamika Mcghee, and so we could bring some awareness to her son's situation and to her situation. I know that it's a very scary thing that they're going through right now, even if we have never been through a situation like this. I know that it is very, very serious. I do want to show y'all the name on the channel. You know what I mean? Chandrea T is the actual channel. So I do want to let you see that. I am going to subscribe right here live on the screens. As you can see, I am going to turn the notification bells on. This is the type of thing we do. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to Chandrea T. She got the interview with the mom. So maybe Chandrea is the person that called out and said we need to bring some light to this situation, because I was told this in Information Man show. When I was on the panel, we were told this. And I wrote down the name, and I said that I was going to do something on this, and I'm dead serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. People are missing. There's many things that's happening, and I just want to lift my voice and help to lift everyone's voice that's having a plight in a situation. Like this Jarius Mcgee's, Shamika Mcghee, his mom, or any situation that involves us and involves, the breaking down, the tearing down of our families, our households, and us as people, So I am going to get in a little bit in this video. Let me make sure y'all can see that the right way, because sometimes it be kind of crazy. Okay, I do want to check some audio, man. I got to check, man. Just for kicks. I gotta check this audio. Because next thing you know, I done been streaming months and years ago. Next thing you know, I'm live, and that shit ain't even being heard. All right, cool. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. I just want y'all to know what's going on. This is what's going on. I want you to understand what's going on. This is a situation that's drastic. This is 22-year-old Jarius Mcghee, who has been missing since September 13th from Hillsdale. Okay, if you are a part of this video right now and you are watching this, I want you to be a part of the next one. I'm going to clip this right now at 4 minutes and change, 5 minutes. So this is like a preview to this dialogue that is going to happen right now, because I'm going to play Chandrea T's video. So I do want you all to see that directly, right? All right, cool. Let's go into it.
His mother, Shamika, is praying and hoping for
I'm going to put myself on mute because I think I am echoing, right?
Whereabouts. So let's get
subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. This is the story of Jarius Mcghee. This is his mom talking to Chandrea T.
He was here at the house on Monday, on September the 13th. And I left to go to the store and come back. And when I came back, he was gone. We were supposed to go get a COVID shot. So I didn't think nothing of it. until maybe Wednesday when nobody had heard or seen from him. And all his belongings and everything were still here. So that's when I began to get worried because it's not like him to not call me or text me or say, "Hey, mom, I'm what you doing? Or you at work or whatever." So moving forward, I got to work Friday, got off work, and I went to make the police report. And once I made the police report, I thought that they had done everything at that point that they were supposed to have been doing. But yet after that, I can't even tell you what he have on. You know what I mean? Because I didn't see him leave. And I've asked for them to pay the Hillsdale Police Department. I've asked them to literally, question the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Because from what my understanding is, he was last seen with a particular neighbor that stays next door to me. They kind of came up with a scenario that at first they were saying that the guy was gone out of town, and now then they're saying like, oh no, he's not out of town, he's in the house, he was asleep. Like it's just been a big ball of confusion.
The family says they filed the missing persons report on September 17th. Then Hillsdale police posted a missing persons message on the department Facebook page on September 22nd. I reached out to the police department about the case, and I'm still waiting to hear back. I'm also told by the family that they recently got a very interesting lead, and now police are investigating.
I normally get up around 11 because I literally work. I do security. So I do work from like 3 o'clock in the evening to maybe 11:30 at night. Sometimes it's later. So I don't get up until around 11. And it was like around 11 that morning when I saw him sleep, and he had a pallet in the living room on the floor. And I saw him sleep there. And I was messing with him. And I was telling him to go ahead and get up so that we can, begin the day so he can go on up there and get his shot, because I told him, like, you got to hurry up so we can get the shot, because I was getting my second shot. And I left and came back, and then he was gone. And the normal things that a person would take with them on a daily basis, such as your charger and money and, things like that, it's here. His ID, everything is here. So it didn't seem right to me. But at first I didn't really pay attention to it until Wednesday, when nobody still have yet to see or hear from him. It looked as though he got a phone call. This is me just guessing. It looks as though he got a phone call, and once the phone call came through, he stepped outside with the intent of coming back in, but he never came back in. He has his cell phone. He has his cell phone with him. And I had been calling and calling him, but by the time Friday evening came, it was dead.
Okay, so you tried to call his cell phone, so he's not on your plan, so you can't really track it. He has his own separate plan.
Right.
Okay, and I'm guessing police haven't tried to ping his phone or anything like that at this point.
Pretty much everything that has been done, myself, family members, and Miss has been helping us. We've been in vacant apartments. We've been in fields. None of his friends have seen or heard from him. They're all coming over every day crying and worried about him. And it's like, this is unusual for Jerry. He would at least call his baby mama.
He has one or two couple of kids.
He has one daughter. She's 4. And then then we call her the bonus baby, because that's my baby. And then, he talks to them, FaceTime them every day. There hasn't been a FaceTime. So okay. She's like, she's kind of worried because she's used to it.
Tell me about your son. Tell me about his circle. Where did he work? What did he do? Is there anyone that you can think of a reason why someone would want to do any harm to him? Because it sounds like he was just going about a regular day.
He was working for, he was doing home health care. He was actually doing home health care for the guy next door, actually. His circle of friends, they're the kind of friends where all they do is work. Like, they're a group of people that always do work, and they're young people. So they do young people stuff.
Well, what about his social media? Is he on social media? What was the last post there, or anything that indicates anything from that?
He has September the 11th, he made a post. And September the 12th, that was his last post. And with those posts, both the one on the 11th, it said something like he felt like he was going down the wrong road, and he was tired of going down the wrong road, and he was ready for the road that the Lord wanted him to be on. And then on the second one, he just was basically just saying, maybe I just wish that the world could see how big my heart really is, He was just ready to get his circumstances different, And he started like calling people from what I've been told, people were calling, his friends and stuff were calling and telling me, like he was calling and telling them that he loved them. If he did anything to them, he was sorry. Any, like, you know how you borrow cash out some money to somebody, if they cashed after him, he cashed after them back, you know. So it was like he was trying to get himself together on a better path, and he wanted a fresh start. It just was one of those things where this don't make sense. Like, it just, a person to just vanish in thin air with nobody seeing him at all.
And see, and that's the question, just to clarify the situation too, because I'm sure people will ask this. His state of mind was that he wasn't depressed. He didn't have anything like that going on. He was more in the mindset of moving his life into a better space than where he was. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this is a very interesting set of circumstances. He's 22 years old. And he usually kind of has contact with his kids and stuff, on a daily basis or whatever, right?
He literally stayed with my stepmother, so they haven't seen him, you know. And he called me literally just about every day just to say, "Hey, Mom, are you at work? What you doing at work? You know, be careful, be safe. You know, I love you." He always does this little thing that we do for the little rascals. We do this to each other all the time. He hasn't done nothing, no signal, no sign, no Facebook texting, no messenger, no anything, nothing, absolutely nothing.
Theta, let me ask you this question. I know as soon as parents get to the point where they need to start looking, you're part of helping her with this process. Tell me what you guys have encountered since the beginning of this.
Well, I feel like if you start wrong, you definitely may end wrong. So it's it's imperative that law enforcement understands how serious this situation is. They can't wait until 5, 6, 7 days later to try to get their stuff together. They need to know what the Missouri statutes say, how they should respond in light of those statutes, and work fast. Even with the movies that we are familiar with, 24 hours or the first 48 hours, we know that that time frame is very important. So it's in this situation, like in a plethora of situations where I help people, it's like the parents and the families have to be the police officers. So it's like, if we're the police officers, what are the police being paid for?
Yeah, because I feel like I literally stay on the same street as Hillsdale Police Department and the city hall, where they can literally walk down the street to talk to me, and nobody has talked to me. And when talking to them today, I was asking them about, is it going to be somebody, a detective or something, to talk to me? They explained to me like they only have limited police officers, and the only detective that they have is the chief.
This is another reason why the citizens need to know their rights also, and even those people working for law enforcement, because there is a way for a police department to receive assistance, but they have to request assistance. And maybe they're scared about what requesting assistance looks like, or how that will take away from their funding. But you have to do what's in the best interest of the people that you serve. So we should not be protecting and serving ourselves alone. We pay law enforcement to do that.
Wow. So at this point, I know there was an issue with getting him. There was a little situation earlier where you guys were trying to make sure that his picture was posted on the Highway Patrol website, the Missouri Highway Patrol website. What's happened with that?
That was a hard process, because first of all, the Missouri State Highway Patrol is not going to put anything on their site unless the police departments or the investigating agency is behind it. So late last night, I received an email saying that he was not missing. And that's from the state police, the Missouri State Highway Patrol's web. So that's why he wasn't on the patrol's website. So,
and not to cut you off, but that came with the chief telling us that his resources saw Jerry, 2 resources saw Jarius somewhere. And I asked him, did he follow up? He said no. He said because 2 people saw him, that he had to literally take him off the missing person report, because he was no longer missing, because 2 people saw him. So my argument with that was, you didn't go check the resource, and then on top of that, you didn't notify me, and then on top of that, how are you going to take him out of the missing person report when none of his family members have laid eyes on him? That don't make sense. I'm his mama. I made the report. You were supposed to contact me. My number is on there. My number is everywhere. So you were supposed to contact me. not rely on some reliable sources, because who's to say they were telling the truth?
So the police department is saying to you that that 2 people allegedly saw him. If so, who are they and where was he seen?
I wound up making a Facebook Live at, I believe, 7:38 that morning in front of the police department, requesting answers, because I knew this mother should have had a police report number, because if she doesn't have it, no one else is going to do anything. The media doesn't want to touch it because they can't verify it, because the reporting agency didn't follow protocol, you know. So even like the disclaimer on the Missouri State Highway Patrol's website, it's saying the Missouri State Highway Patrol is not the originating source of the information contained on the website. The information is derived from the National Crime Information Center, which is also called NCIC, via the investigating agency, and is automatically updated to the web page each day. So if that's the process, we know that the police have to do what they need to do immediately. And as soon as you know your loved one is missing, you should be able to report them missing.
They were kind of telling me, like, because he's grown, that he is not really considered that he's missing per se, because he could have just walked away, which is why they put him in the system as a missing person walk away.
And we need to verify which system we're talking about, because they put him in Regis. Okay, so that's kind of local thing, but that's not the investigating agency where they're supposed to put him. They're supposed to enter him immediately, child or adult, immediately once that report is made, into NCIC, so that the Missouri State Highway Patrol can do what they need to do and spread that across the state. So they're leading the mom and family and community to believe that they're doing their job when they're not.
Mom, tell me about the impact that his disappearance is having on you, and where are you with that right now?
Honestly, I have been praying to God. I have been so strong, you know what I'm saying? And I believe in God. I believe faith. I know that God is going to do exceedingly and above. So at this moment, I'm okay with either result. But I just want the answer. I just really want to know where he is. Like, this is not nothing to where somebody just literally just disappears with no contact, no nothing, and never return or respond to any other text message, no nothing, especially my son. He is a loving person. Like, everybody loves little Jarius. Everybody loves Jarius. His godmother is an older woman, so everybody knows him. He's what you call a community kid. Everybody knows and loves Jarius. So with me per se, knowing that my son has been missing since the 13th, I have accepted the result. Either way, I'm okay with it. It's gonna hurt, but I'm okay with it, because at this point, I just want to know answers. Like, even with the neighbor, like, I asked the neighbor to show me her ring, or to try to look on her ring video just to be able to tell me if he got in a car with somebody, or just to explain to me what he have on. She said, it was blurry, and I understand that, because everybody don't want to be involved in a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. Sometimes and plus she's a kind of older lady, so I get it. But when I asked the police to do something as simple as do the report on trying to find his record, so that I can at least see who these numbers are, you're procrastinating on that. Like,
so to answer the question, his phone has not been pinged, unless it's being pinged now or since I left mom, because and then to me, there's no excuse for people in the community not to support a family, their neighbor. Because if it happens to your neighbor, it can happen to you. And I do understand the fears and everything, but we need to hold the neighbors accountable, law enforcement accountable. We need to hold ourselves accountable, the state and local officials. If you are a representative and you represent these citizens and you want to remain in your seat, you need to do your job. I don't care if you're in the local area, on the state level, or if you're in Washington, D.C. If we are calling you, and I understand you're serving a lot of people, but you have a team. You could have somebody call this mom and let her know we are aware of the circumstances. We are praying for you, or we're looking into the matter. We will make some phone calls, but somebody should be saying something.
I've tried to contact the mayor. She rides around the neighborhood all the time. I tried to stop her and have a talk with her. She threw her hand up and kept going.
Let me ask you a question about his cell phone. Do you know, like, if he has a login somewhere on a computer where he pays his bill? Like, are you guys able to, can you think of, like, is he on a plan with his, with his girlfriend or whatever?
He's not on a plan with anybody. He just recently got the phone. So my dad gave him an old phone. So he just recently got the phone. And the plan, like, he would have to have a PIN to be able to get inside of it. That's what the phone company said. But I don't know his PIN. So I tried to figure out his Facebook information and I couldn't figure it out. So how I was able to be able to get in his inbox was his email is on my phone. So I figured that if his email is on my phone, he connected his email with my cell phone number. So that's how I was able to log in. And I'm not gonna lie to you, some of my little cousins had to tell me this, I know all of this, but they were telling me, this is what you do, this is how you do it. And this is how we were able to get in his inbox. So just to see if maybe somebody inboxed him or something. And he was like, hey, all right, come on, just pick me up or something. Everybody in the inbox is looking for him.
So at this point, do you feel like, in your spirit as a mother, do you feel like your son is still alive out there? Or do you feel like he encountered something or someone that just wanted to do him harm? Maybe he saw something he wasn't supposed to see. What do you think is the situation,
Part of me feel like I'm confused. Like, I'm so confused about everything, because even though Jarius is 22 years old, I've had Jarius since I was 14. So he literally he was raised up with me. And I know my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't no angel, but I know my son. And certain things just don't add up to me. It just don't add up. And it don't make sense. Like leaving your phone charger, leaving your money, leaving your ID, those type of things you need to take with you. You didn't come back to get them. You didn't take them with you. So it just makes me feel like whatever you did, it was to come back.
So all of his friends and the messages that you have seen have been people wondering where he is, what's going on, as opposed to anything else.
A lot of his friends been coming over here. They're like, Mom, where bro at? Like, I'm looking at him and I don't have an answer. His other family members are calling, from Illinois side. His dad's side has not called or reached out or even posted nothing. So that's kind of a little leery to me, and it's just one of those things where I'm confused about everything. I just don't know. I literally just don't know.
If you were able to, ask people to help you in any way, what would you like for them to do?
Look, or, try to just pay attention a little bit more to their surroundings, even if it's not mine. Even if it's not mine, at least know your area to know if somebody is not there no more, to try to look out for them. Even if it's not Jarius, like, it could be anybody. Just make sure that you're paying attention a little bit more to what's going on around you, and, call, pick up. Don't be scared to call nobody and say, hey, I think I seen him, or maybe this might be him, or whatever. You can save a whole lot of more people this way. We went downtown and it's like so many of these lost souls down there. I'm down there preaching to them. I'm down there telling them I love them. You know how many people need a love? So at this point, I just feel like people should just know that if it's mine this time, it could be yours next time. So what would you want to do with somebody to do for you? Help do that for somebody else. And it goes without saying, because we say this a lot. We say this all the time.
Theda, what would you say, for parents who are in this situation? Because I know that, you've made it your life's work to help other families, as they try to maneuver and navigate, these type of situations, which are so unfortunate and it's horrible. What, I guess, do you think are the top 3 things or 5 things that parents need to be aware of, or what people need to know? Because, it's a first time experience for her. Right. So what would you say, to parents when they go through this situation?
Well, to make sure, first of all, that you're checking your surroundings and that you've called your friends and families, their friends and families, to make sure that you've at least done that thing before you get the police involved. Then get the police involved and hold them accountable, because if they don't know what to do, tell them what to do. And that's another reason why I exist, to increase awareness of missing persons, but also to help families navigate the missing persons process. So if people call me, then I can help them in advance instead of coming in on the tail end. In this situation, I was glad that someone contacted mom and referred her to me. So it's nice to know that the work is being seen. People understand that it's imperative for someone to be in my capacity doing what I'm doing. But it's also a good thing for people, like the family members, to understand what it's like navigating this process. Because as a victim, like the family looking in, they may think, do this, do that, is your child, but still you're the victim. And the family, they're the victim. So you have to really look at the situation and try to remain calm the best that you can, because the mom really needs the support, or the father, if it is a father in this situation, they really need the support. And it's hard when you're feeling like a deer in a headlight and in headlights, and you don't know which way is up. You don't know what to do. And then people are still expecting you to go to work and go about your daily activities. How can you do that when you know that the police are not doing the right thing, or they're not providing you with answers, or the community is not rallying? There's no protest, there's nothing, but you have to act like this really didn't happen, but it did happen. And then the judgments. Sometimes people won't work certain cases because they feel like, since it's an African American case, it's not important, or we can go through more pain, or we can go through more injustice, and it's okay because we're used to it, it's in our blood, or whatever they want to say. But we're people too, and people of color, they need that attention too. So it's, just having a platform where a person can have the opportunity to share their experience, that is so important. And at least we know somebody's listening, and that we can keep sharing that as often as possible on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, or whatever platform you're on. Make the flyers, get out the copies, but it's imperative to know who to call and to do it immediately. Don't let law enforcement tell you that you have to wait 24 to 48 hours before you report your loved one missing. Maybe in some other state, but not here in Missouri.
These representatives, they only come around during election. You only knocking on the doors during election. You want to introduce us to you and this, that, or the other, and vote for me. But then we don't see you no more. We don't hear from you no more. Get out here and start talking to people. People have ideas. People have reason. People have action. I mean, there's things that can be done that the community could do versus me just having to sit here and wait for you to be able to tell me, oh, hey, this is the rule here in the world. This is the state law. Like, if you get out here and kind of fill in with the people in the community, then we would know, okay, if something like this happened, then I can call her, or I can call him, or I can talk to this person. And instead of me having to reach out to another lady who literally was going through the same thing as me. When you literally, I voted for you. I voted, this is what I did. I stood in the line. I voted for you. Your job is to represent me when I'm whatever's going on. You should be able to come knock on my door sometimes. You knock on my door when you want me to vote for you. You want to put the stickers in my yard.
You guys want people to share the flyer. If you see something, say something. I mean, that seems to be like key. And I think social media is very powerful, and it's very interesting when you go through social media and you post things, and then you hear people start to put little clues up there, or when they see stuff, they may not call the number, but they'll post something on Facebook, right? Yes, about what they've seen. So at this point, you guys do have a flyer made. A couple there are, so we'll get the flyer out. Is there anything else that you want people to do to kind of help you guys in this situation?
Well, I like what you said about if you see something, say something, but I would just add, and when we say something, do something. In whatever capacity you find yourself, please do something. If you're at home and you don't have a job and you just do whatever you do, you are important too. Everyone has something to do to address this missing persons epidemic, and also to just support each other as citizens. So if they want to reach me, they can contact me at 314-440-3422, or they can email me at theta@lookingforanangel.org. My website is www.lookingforanangel.org.
So in essence, they can call you as far as the tips that they have. I mean, they can call Hillsdale Police, but I know how you guys are feeling about them right now.
Yes.
Is there another number that you guys want people to call?
Well, actually, I created a link, a Sway. Sway is a platform where you can create links. So if you click on the link that is posted throughout some of my social media pages, it's going to have the St. Louis County Police Department number, because they've been very helpful to me in this process. And I didn't know what was going on with Hillsdale. So I'll amend that and add Hillsdale on there. But I do have the St. Louis County Police number, 911, and I'll make that additional change.
Jarius is 5'4" and about 140 pounds. He has tattoos of a cross on the left side of his face, the name Jalen on the left side of his neck, and the name Shamika on the right side of his neck. He also has black hair and brown eyes. Is there anything else that you want to add, that you want people to know, or is that about your son and just the circumstances?
Just help me bring my baby home. That's all. That's all I got. I don't have no other kids. That's my only child. That's all I got. Just help me find my baby. That's all I'm asking.
And I just ask for people to understand that we can't find those we can't see. So that's why it's imperative that even when the police are making these reports, when they're allowing us to make the reports, because sometimes, especially with African American families, they are denying us the right to report our loved ones missing, or people of color. They're denying us our rights. So once you get a person like me involved and you're able to push the issue and get that report made, make sure that you're providing them with an image, because we can't find those we can't see. How can you take a police report, but you don't ask for a picture in a day like this? It needs to be addressed. But I just ask that the mom be encouraged, the family stay encouraged. If you need anything, I'm here to assist you. And thank you for allowing mom to share her story.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. At this point, Shamika says she's prepared to face what comes next, but all she wants is her one and only son back home. Meanwhile, Theta will keep up the fight for families who need to get their stories out to the public as they navigate the unfortunate circumstance of having a missing loved one. I'll keep an eye on this story and bring you updates as I get them in. If you have a case that you want me to check out, just message me on the Intrigued Full Effect Facebook page or via email at intriguedfulleffect@hotmail.com. Until next time, be safe and stay true.
You just heard it just there. I was going to do a coverage on it, but, I did discover that from Chandrea T. Shout out to Chandrea T. We rocking out with Shamika. It's very, very crazy, drastic situation, yo. Yeah, my peoples. Yeah, man. What's crazy? I was on the Information Man show. Shout out to Info Man. I was on the Information Man show 2 nights ago, and it was a powerful build. We were talking about the R. Kelly. He had the Esquire on, and it's during that build, which got a little testy at times because they had people that, because had people that had many other views about that situation, but ultimately it led to someone coming in the chat, and when they came in the chat, they brought up Jarius Mcghee's name, and they said, "Listen, man, it's not getting a lot of coverage on this thing," and they called out to Info Man and to the people that on the panel and to whoever was in the chat. They just made their call out. So I didn't get a chance to see exactly who did it come from. Did it come from Chandrea T? Did it come from his mom? Did it come from a family member or someone from Missouri? I didn't get a chance to see because it was in the chat. And I was doing something at the time, but I just screamed out to Info Man and to the people on the panel to spell his name for me, because they was pronouncing it kind of wrong at first. I'm like, how you spell that? You know what I'm saying? And then they ended up spelling it for me. I wrote it down 2 days ago, but then the spirit came to me for me to bring some awareness to it. I'm at a place in my life where I want to do everything I say. You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to break promises, you know what I'm saying? And just saying something out your mouth is a promise in itself. You don't have to say the physical word, I promise. You know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That's it. That's as good as a promissory note. You know what I mean? So I did want to do the due diligence of getting more of this story. I do look forward to speaking to his mom, Shamika McGee, and bringing some more awareness to this situation. Shout out to Chandrea T and the other great queen that put together a great dialogue with this queen. I think it was very informative. I can see that these two women care. You know, sometimes people do interviews or do dialogues with people that are victims or, you know, that are in situations. And, you know, sometimes people are biased. Sometimes, you know, people don't go into asking the detailed questions or go about shedding shade, you know what I mean, shedding the light on certain things and, you know, power structures that be and whatever the case may be. So, you know, shout out to those two queens for assisting that queen, Shamika McGee, on her fight. You know what I mean? On her fight, her son has been missing since, you know, September 13th. You know, she also went into saying that, you know, the neighbors, she was trying to go talk to the neighbors to try to figure out maybe she could see that, you know, maybe some footage from the next door neighbors saying that something about the whereabouts. Maybe they could see a car that he got into because the way the mom see, but the neighbor said that the footage was blurry. But the way the mom sees it is as, you know, they were supposed to go take a COVID shot. You know what I mean? She already took her first one. So she was about to going to take her second one, but he was going to take his first one. So they were supposed to be going together or something. Or she was supposed to be on top of him. Like, listen, man, you're going to take your shot. You're going to take your shot. Make sure you're taking it. The way she kind of puts it in her mind that maybe he stepped out to see somebody at the door because he did receive a phone call and which the law enforcement are mishandling this case. This is why we have to bring awareness to the situation. There's mishandling the case. The people haven't pinged his phone up till now. Just now they come ping the phone. He's been missing since September 13th. This is some of the first things that you think you should do. I do want to do more due diligence, but I did hear that from the mother's mouth herself. She said, what? Like, I'm looking for, maybe I can see the phone, maybe I can see that. She said, these people ain't paying nothing. And, you know, I just think it's a dropping of the ball from the local officials. You know, people be it above the local officials as well, because there's no coverage on this thing. And I think it's up to us to bring some closure to this mother, maybe figure out the whereabouts of 22-year-old Jarius Mcghee and from Hillsdale, Missouri. So if you are in the Hillsdale, Missouri area and do have any whereabouts about Jarius Mcghee, please contact someone that can, get that information to where it really needs to be so that we can get this mother and this family some help and some aid in figuring out the whereabouts of Jarius Mcghee. Yeah, like I said, I look forward to speaking to his mom. This is the type of stuff that I want to do. I just wanted to bring some awareness to the situation right now. I did but when I looked up the police report, try to find out like news coverage and think like it's really like nothing. It's like a 2-word, like a sentence, like a 2-sentence thing. I'm scrolling the page and like it's nothing. It just shows the news signs and logos. Like I'm like, damn, that's it. It's like 2 times. No, he went outside. He left his wallet. He left his belongings and stuff like that. But he just ain't returned. And if you have any whereabouts, just let us know. Some simple shit like that. It didn't seem very detailed. It just didn't seem like how they cover other stories. And you know what I mean? We already know what I mean by that. Yeah, man, it's very, very sad situation. Situations like this goes to show you that, not only women, but men, not only children, but adults, you know what I'm saying, go missing as well. You know what I'm saying? And we are going missing at an alarming rate. It's just not getting a lot of coverages. It's just not getting a lot of coverage. Info Man did a piece on it as well with some of the missing children that's going on around our country. So we need to support things like this. We need to get behind things like this. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all share that video. Share it. Get this sister's message out. You know what I mean? Until I haven't spoken to this sister, so I rather share this. I don't know if Chandrea wants me to share this or not. But Chandrea T, SHAWN, Drea, DREA T, the letter T. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, it's about the awareness. And I want to salute to you, queens. I think y'all did a great dialogue with her. I think y'all didn't leave no stone unturned as far as y'all go. Gave her space to do her and speak her story. She didn't seem overwhelmed by the questioning, nothing. I mean, you two women most definitely did a great job, and I just want to give y'all an applause on that. You know what I'm saying? I do. Just want to salute y'all for that. Y'all did a great job on that interview, and that dialogue, and the bringing of the awareness to this queen and her situation of her son and her family. So I do appreciate y'all. Anyone listening to this, salute to you. Salute to all the leaders. I appreciate you. If you're new to the community, welcome. Subscribe to the channel. If you're part of our community, you already know what we do around here. We're going to change the world. We're changing the internet. We're changing our physical environment as well. We're changing ourselves. We're changing. None of us are perfect. I'm not. I've came in, told you about my whole life. So far, part of it. My life is a whole nother story too. My life is a long story. But at the end of the day, it's just about transparency. It's just about us trying to move forward. It's about us, you know what I mean? Moving away from negative blockers, us vibrating on a higher level and not having to not only entertain our lower energies, but not even having to, withhold, our lower energies. And when it comes to being vocal and speaking, because we are moving towards change, we are changing. Change is a constant, and it's constantly moving at the same time. So, salute to everybody. I appreciate y'all. I most definitely appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to Chandrea T. Hopefully she does more updates on this. If she does, I will be, checking in on that. I got the notification bells on. Make sure y'all do the same. I am going to be doing more history on this. I am going to have that conversation with the mom to see if she can come and lift her voice in the community, and let's bring some more awareness to her situation, not only hers, but to the missing situation that is plaguing our people. So, today is her child, and tomorrow could be any one of our children. So this is why we got to get behind certain people and say, it's not about this and that. That's my sister, that's my brother, and I'm going to lean my support any way that they need it. This is the type of ways we need to lean our support. This is the places that we need to send our $1. That's the type of things that we need to do. We don't need to send our dollars to Sinetta. Sinetta just says, okay, he's not a leader. If you're not a leader, then you can get ahead about your business. Period. Okay, because Khalid Muhammad said he's a leader. All right, he wanted not only men, women, and children to be leader. You cannot say you came out of that man's cloth and you're a leader, and then say you're not a leader after years of pretending to be a leader or in the leadership position. So remember, let us all be leaders, y'all. Let us all take accountability. Let us get out of the Messiah construct and say that we got to wait for one person to lead us somewhere. Let us all lead our people. Let us all help our people. We are one nation. We are one voice. We are one love. And we are most definitely one community. So I need y'all, one community, to bring awareness to this Jarius Mcghee situation. Bring awareness, talk about it, message on Facebook, share this video, drop a like, make sure more people get this message. Drop that like and make sure more people get this message. That's why I shared this video and just didn't talk, because I wanted y'all to see the pain and the passion in the mother, in his mother's eyes. I wanted you to see it for yourself, because if you're a mother, it got to rock you to the core. If you're a parent, it got to rock you to the core. If you're a melanated person here in America, it got to rock you to the core, because this is crazy that situations like this, a young man, 22 years of age, has gone missing, and no one has seen his whereabouts since September 22. You already know the vibe. One love, one community, one voice. Remember that we are one voice. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everybody. Listen to Shamika Mcghee. We rocking with you, Queen. We got you in our prayers. Bless you. Bless your family. But what I can't say about you, Shamika, that's the testimony of your strength. Is I can't even say nothing about it. It's crazy. It's just serious, Queen. You said, either way it goes, I'm at peace. And it's hard for people to say things like that. This is your child. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so scary and it's so hard. And, you know, I know it's been hard on you. And it's just a testimony and a testament to who you are and how you grew up and who you came from, be it your mother, your parents, your family, the spirit of God. But I know that it is the spirit of God in you, sister. I know that it is. And, you know, I know that it is fulfilling you in any way for you to even feel, you know, that fulfillment, that strength in you to say, you know, I just want to know the whereabouts and stuff like that, be it any way this situation goes. You know, I'm at peace with that, but I just need to know. And just your strength, sister. I just gotta commend you. I just gotta commend you. I don't have a hat on right now, but if I did, I'm taking it off and just taking off my hat for you. And, you know, the proverbial hat queen. You are a testimony of strength. You are a pillar of strength, and you embody what a Black woman is and is all about. I salute you, queen. I salute you. Please help Shamika McGee in locating the whereabouts of her son, Jarius Mcghee, in Hillsdale, Missouri. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. This applaud goes for you, Shamika, just for being a Black woman, a strong Black woman, and just being so confident, even in a time right now where it's hard to be confident because your child is missing. I love you for that, Queen. I really honestly love you. And I appreciate you. And I just wanted to lift my voice to help you in any way that I can help you, Queen. I got goosebumps talking to you right now. You know, I'm gonna see if I could get more information. That's why I would like to talk to you so that we could get some more of an update of how this case is still going and what's been the new developments are. Did they ping the phones? Did they get the locations? Did they do some of the things that you said that they were supposed to do while they were dropping the ball? That's what I want to know. So if anyone knows Shamika, just make sure y'all go and send your love to her. Just send your love and send your prayers out. I appreciate y'all. One love, one voice, one community. Peace.